much for coming. Greetings to our Wilkes colleagues and students. Welcome to the annual Teacher Recognition and Effectiveness Committee Awards Ceremony. We thank you for joining us for our celebration. In an effort to be environmentally friendly, we do not have many printed programs. We encourage you to scan the QR code on the program on your table in the bottom right corner and follow along with the ceremony from your phone. Throughout this ceremony, you will encounter the TREC members for the 2022-2023 academic year, who include myself, Troylyn Lewis. I'm an assistant professor of pharmacy practice and a TREC member. Today I am speaking on behalf of our chair, Ed Bednarz, who could not make it today, but who is dearly missed. This wonderful ceremony would not be possible today without the hard work of Ed. Other faculty members of TREC include Woo-Jean Lee, Jin Liu, and Amy Sobkak Joseph. The committee members will introduce each award today during our ceremony. If you are an award recipient, please come to the podium to receive your award when you are called and to give a brief acceptance speech. We would like to thank Chloe Gilbert, our student government representative, and Emily Havrilla as our FAC liaison for their participation in committee meetings. Special thanks to Zach from Zebra Communications for filming our event. We would also like to thank all of those Wilkes Colonels who took the time to nominate colleagues, professors, advisors, and mentors in their lives. We are going to do pictures with marketing after the ceremony, so we ask that our award winners please stand by for pictures after the ceremony. Lastly, we would like to thank Dr. David Ward, our provost, for his support of TREC. He has provided funding for the trophies, banquet, and new to this year, a monetary award for each of our recipients. Please join me in welcoming Dr. David Ward.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. And to past award winners, let me just clarify, it's not retroactive. Okay, I just want to be clear about that. What a great celebration this is going to be. And this is truly the type of event that we should all feel good about. This is the event where you're recognized by your colleagues. Our award winners today are truly the best that we have at Wilkes. I made the casual remark to the committee earlier that this is a great committee to serve on because, like, you just make everybody happy. And I was quickly corrected and said, yeah, except we have to pick among some really good faculty. The rest of the faculty get no as an answer. We recognize the winners today, and that becomes a hard task to do given the quality that we have here at Wilkes across our faculty, across our advisors, across our adjuncts. And so the recognition that the individual recipients today have, understand that it comes at a level that is not seen at many universities, all right? So I just want to thank the committee for the difficult job they have. They are the only committee that throws a party at the end of the year, though. But they do have a difficult job, and it is identifying among all the outstanding nominees those truly deserving of individual recognition. On behalf of the university, on behalf of the Division of Academic Affairs, let me congratulate all of our winners, and I look forward to hearing all about you. And I'm gonna, in the interest of time, I will leave it there and be brief. Thank you.
All right, now it's time for the fun part, the best part. It's time to give out some of our awards. Thank you, Dr. Ward. So first up, we're gonna start with the Outstanding New Faculty Award. The Outstanding New Faculty Award recognizes the outstanding contributions of a junior member of the Wilkes University faculty. This award takes into account the faculty member's teaching, advising, service, and scholarly activities. In her nomination letter, this individual was described as someone who utilizes her areas of expertise to provide unique learning opportunities, and a faculty member who was instrumental in revitalizing her department's curriculum. She has been noted to step up to the plate when needed. She is noted to have worked hard to revitalize the Math and Computer Science Student Club as a co-advisor, succeeding at something that had been unsuccessful in previous years. She is noted for making adjustments to her courses to make them a better fit with the mission of Wilkes University. I am pleased to announce our winner is Gazelle Taherzadeh.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you for the nomination, and I would like to thank everyone who supported me in the last 2 years since I joined Wilkes University, especially my colleagues in the Department of Math, Physics, and Computer Science. Well, they were all involved in this achievement. Thank you.
Our next award is the Scholarship Award. The Scholarship Award recognizes a faculty member who demonstrates commendable success in the area of research and scholarly activities that influences Wilkes University and its students. This year, this individual was nominated based on her ability to maintain an outstanding research career during all her tenure at Wilkes University. During the last 7 years, she has published more than 8 papers in full peer-reviewed journals, book chapters, and has received 3 article awards from national and international organizations. This faculty member's research focuses on learning technologies and their impact on improving education. One of her recent projects is researching the use of wearable technology for mindfulness meditation as support for learning environments. This individual's scholarly endeavors are centered in student and teacher success while embodying excellency and scholarship. I am pleased to announce our winner this year is Jin Joy Ma.
I wanted to say thank you everyone for the meeting today, because I haven't been in this room since the pandemic, and it's really good to see everyone. And thank you all to my TREC colleagues and Dr. Ward for giving me this award. I know many of my colleagues are doing amazing scholarship and research, so I'm really humbled to be selected for this award this year. And I want to thank Dr. Linda Gutierrez and Dr. Karim Medical for recognizing my work and nominating me for the award. I want to thank all TREC colleagues for taking the time to review my materials, especially Dr. Choi Lewis for her great patience in this process. I want to thank many of my Wilkes colleagues who have encouraged and supported me in my research and scholarship path. I'd like to specifically thank Dr. Mike Steele, Dr. Linda Gutierrez, Dr. Ed Scatano for sharing their wisdom and their experiences with me, and for encouraging me to keep my research going. And I'd like to thank Dr. Terry Wignott for approving the purchase of my very first wearable tech device, which started a new line of research for me. And also like to thank my colleagues in education for helping me with my research path. It's great to see everyone, and thank you all.
Hi everyone, my name is Xin Luo. This is my 6th year at Wilkes and my 2nd year with TREC. I'm from Department of Math, Physics, and Computer Science. The next award I'm going to announce is Academic Support Award. The Academic Support Award recognizes non-faculty support personnel who facilitate classroom activities, lab activities, or coordination of experiential learning opportunities. Nominees must demonstrate leadership and have a direct impact on student learning. This individual was nominated by Dr. Christina Powers, who mentioned in the nomination letter that she brings a lot of insight to our group. She ignited a new level of energy when she started and brought new ideas and ways to enhance processes and procedures. Since she started working in our department, we have seen an increase in students completing their onboarding requirements on time. She maintains good communication with our students, staff, and faculty, but also cross-functionally with our preceptors, which is of utmost importance to maintain these relationships so we continue to have high quality experiences for these students. I'm pleased to announce our winner is Julia Jessian.
Thank you. This is definitely outside my comfort zone. I'm always the person behind the scenes or a voice behind an email, so I never thought my efforts would be publicly recognized. I enjoy being part of the Wilkes community and appreciate the opportunities to become involved in discussions beyond the scope of my role. Thank you again for this recognition.
The next award is the Alumni Mentoring Award. The Alumni Mentoring Award is given annually to a faculty member who demonstrates excellence in maintaining Wilkes mentoring culture with university alumni. This individual was nominated by 3 Wilkes alumni, Juan Estigiano, Jennifer Botch, and Hanenima Nigoshima. I'm trying my best. So, those alumni have written beautiful words about the nominee. From one, the faculty understands the challenges and rewards that come with being an international student living in the United States. For this and many more reasons, I strongly believe she embodies Wilkes' strong alumni mentoring culture and sets a standard of excellence and lifelong relationship building at Wilkes University. From another alumni, the faculty has not only been a perspicacious and solicitous professor, but a great mentor to me. She is not just knowledgeable about the courses she teaches, but cares deeply about the comprehension, retention, and success of all her students. I am pleased to announce our winner is Dr. Andrea Myrin. She was not able to be here today, but she did send me a statement for me to read on her behalf. I'm honored and grateful to be the recipient of the Alumni Mentoring Award. I would like to thank the TREC committee members for their time and consideration. It means a lot to be recognized in this way and to inspire me to continue to be a dedicated mentor and advocate for Wilkes students. I'm also especially grateful to my colleagues in the Division of Behavioral and Social Sciences whose support make my job interesting and meaningful. One of the reasons I was excited to join the Wilkes Political Science Department 10 years ago was its mission to provide mentoring and student-centered learning opportunities outside the classroom. Building a strong and sustainable mentoring relationship with our students provided some of the most rewarding moments of my career. It is wonderful to be recognized for something that I enjoy doing so much, mentoring our students and alumni. I was touched by the words of my former students in their letters of nomination. Thank you for trusting me with your dreams and aspirations. It has been an absolute pleasure to help you along the way, and I look forward to seeing all that you will accomplish in the years to come. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Woo-Jun Lee. I'm an associate professor of sports management in the College of Business and Engineering. Thank you all for coming to TREC Award ceremony. It's my second year as a TREC member. It's been my great pleasure in working with great team. And it is great time to recognize one of our great advisors among us. The Outstanding Advisor Award is given annually to recognize an outstanding advisor who has gone above and beyond the call of duty as an advisor to support our students. The individual was nominated by one of our students who said, Professor McLellan demonstrated utmost care for all her students and me, Specifically, she empathized the importance of mental health. She understands my perspective as if she were in my shoes, helped me transition to college mentally. I'm pleased to announce our winner, Professor Jennifer McNally. Please come to the podium.
So I'm a writer, so I came with a whole speech, but everybody's been short, so I'm going to cut it down. So, so in the honors program, my wonderful colleague over there, John, and myself, we advise about 170 students across all disciplines. Most of our advising, I would say, come more emotional than academic, but there's a lot of academic in there as well. They call us the honors mom and dad, so when I say I panic wrote this in about 10 minutes earlier today, I'm not lying. I don't have time because we have 170 students. I just want to thank John for being a great supervisor and colleague, and I'd like to thank my husband Greg, who's here sitting over there recording me, and my son Gabe, because they're very understanding when it comes to the times that I have to give more attention to those 170 students instead of my 4 at home. You know, I took the scenic route here to Wilkes. I had a daughter young. Some of you know her. She graduated here from Wilkes a couple of years ago. Then I followed my husband around the country in the military. We had 3 kids, one of whom, again, is sitting here. Eventually, I fulfilled my dream of wanting to become a writer. I hit the New York Times, got all those books out there, and that still wasn't enough. So then I wanted to get some degrees. So I followed my daughter here to Wilkes, and it was because of Bonnie Culver and the creative writing department that I got to have this life that I now have, which is helping students and living my dream. So to me, advising isn't just about telling students what classes to take. It's about listening to them, opening the door and sitting there and being there to help them when they need it. To me, it's about being the person who can lift them up and empower them, and then setting them free to continue on their own traditional or non-traditional path to excellence, because we all get there eventually. Some of us just take more time. Thank you.
Wow, how to follow that up. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Sopchak-Joseph. I'm an assistant professor of history here at Wilkes in my 4th, just finishing my 4th year, actually. And so today I get to award 4 different awards because I'm stepping in for Ed Bednarz, who can't join us today. So first, I'm going to award the Multiculturalism Award. The Multiculturalism Award is given annually to recognize an outstanding faculty member who demonstrates leadership in the advancement of multiculturalism and diversity in the classroom. This individual was nominated by her colleague in the business school, Dr. Anna Ma, who wrote that this recipient has been an advocate for diversity and inclusion, working tirelessly to bring people together of different backgrounds and cultures. She works closely with the Panamanian students who majored in hospitality leadership and helps to prepare them for academic and professional life. In addition, this individual also serves as faculty advisor of the Hospitality Leadership Club and organized several successful events. I am pleased to announce that the winner of the Multiculturalism Award this year is Dr. Haryon Lee.
Wow. Thank you. First, thank you to the TREC committee for arranging this wonderful event. It is an honor to receive this special award, which means a lot to me. Yeah, one of my goals in teaching is to become a motivational leader and mentor. As an educator of the hospitality, it's crucial to teach. And also, as we always work with the people, have the totally different background. But as we always know, education is the most powerful tool for inspiring and promoting, especially about the diversity. So I committed to incorporating that diversity into my course materials and also curriculum, exposing my students to diverse perspectives and also the culture traditions will broaden their understanding of the differences in the society, and also encouraging them to be more empathetic and inclusive member of the society. I'm also very glad to working with my colleagues especially in the most diverse the group, which is business school at Wilkes University. Thank you so much, Dean Abel Adekola, for your leadership, and thank you so much for all my colleagues today, here, Dr. Jun Lee, Terry, Karen, and Tanya and Colin, and then Dr. Anna Ma. As a junior faculty, she always inspired me, and Dr. Grace Xiao, and all. I really appreciate for all of your tremendous support. As a member of the WICS, I will continue to thrive, to lead my students, and also lead to work for my our community. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The next award today is the Adjunct Faculty Award. The Adjunct Faculty Award recognizes an adjunct instructor who demonstrates excellence in teaching through innovative practices, forming relationships with students, and/or contributing to their school and the university as a whole. Today's recipient of the Adjunct Faculty Award was nominated by his department chair, the chair of Department of Pharmacy, Dr. Judith DeLuca, who detailed this recipient's teaching, scholarship, and mentorship. His accomplishments include challenging students to use their knowledge in real-world applications. He motivates students by keeping the coursework interesting and fun. He also frequently shares his experiences in managed care, which shows that the content is realistic and relevant. And in addition to this recipient is nationally recognized for his expertise in managed care and represents Wilkes on the national level, with his adjunct faculty title used for a number of webinars. His other scholarship includes many pharmacist continuing education programs, peer-reviewed publications, live presentations, podcasts, roundtables, and panel discussions that are seen by a national audience. And so I am pleased to announce that this year's Adjunct Faculty Award is being awarded to Dr. Stephen Calusi. Unfortunately, Dr. Calusi could not join us here this morning. He emailed just this morning to say that he cannot make it, but he sends his regrets and this short statement. Dr. Calusi says, "I am sorry I wasn't able to join the celebration today, but I'm so excited to have been selected for the Adjunct Faculty Award. Thank you to the TREC committee for the honor, thank you to Judy DeLuca for the nomination, and thank you to all of my Wilkes colleagues who continuously push me to be a better faculty member and mentor to our students." So let's again congratulate Dr. Calusi. Next up is the Innovative and Non-Traditional Award. The Innovative and Non-Traditional Teaching Award is given annually to recognize a faculty or staff member who successfully incorporates innovative or non-traditional strategies into at least one or more classes. This year's recipient was nominated by his department chair, Dr. Kyle Kreider, who writes a mean nomination letter, I will say. And so in his nomination letter, Dr. Kreider mentions innovations in 6 different courses that this recipient has made. And they include both breadth and depth, I will say. I mean, we had a number of really great nominations for this award, and it was really tough to make a decision, but the kind of breadth of this really made a difference. This recipient does things like encouraging students to view the TV show The West Wing to engage students in Intro to American Government. This recipient has created an FYF course entitled The Politics of Sports. This recipient has also just recently led a group of students in international travel, taking students to actual places that they have read about and thought about more recently in the classroom. So I am pleased to announce that this year's winner of the Innovative and Non-Traditional Teaching Award is Dr. Benjamin Toll.
All right, so I would be remiss if I didn't start off by saying thank you to the TREC committee for all the work that you put in. I'm sure there are many, many hours of conversations that you have to put into this, looking through all of the amazing applications. as someone who has had a really hard year and trying not to knock this over, as someone who's had a really hard year professionally, personally, mentally, and emotionally, this means a lot to me in a number of ways. But I do have to be honest and say I think there are probably dozens of you that would deserve to receive this just as much, if not more than I do, right? I have every single day in my division and with colleagues conversations about how to teach effectively, about how to engage with students in the world that we live in, the brave new world, as I like to call it in my own mind a lot of times. We are living in times which is difficult to fully get involvement and engagement with our students, and I am honored to interact with folks. So whether that is teaching as part of a learning community with a colleague of mine that will be receiving an award here soon, whether that is having another colleague that I can just talk about teaching strategies with and who is always willing and receptive to talk to me, and Debbie Tyndall and Andy Wilczak, whether that is having a colleague that I can go to a conference with about teaching and learning, or whether that is having a chair that will basically let me do whatever I want to and will send me forward, and a dean who largely allows us to do our job and to do it as well as we can. But I have to take the time. I know I'm going over my time. So unlike Julia, I'm a professor and I like to hear myself talk. So I can do this for a while. You know, being given the opportunity to stay here and to keep teaching here at Wilkes is something that I didn't have a few years ago with COVID and how it all went down. Most of you probably know, but I was one of those students that had one of those faculty that had the letter of non-renewal, and it is largely because of the work that Kyle put in to keep me here that has allowed me to stay here, and he has continued to be a great chair throughout all of this. So thank you to everyone, and thank you for the award.
Now he's making me self-conscious about our step here. I'll fall off of it. So, my last award that I get to talk about today is the Carpenter Award. The Carpenter Award is considered Wilkes' most prestigious teaching award. The Carpenter Award is given annually to recognize an outstanding faculty member for their excellence in teaching and student-centered research and projects at Wilkes University. This year's recipient was nominated by Dr. Jeffrey Stratford, and here is an excerpt of what Dr. Stratford said about him. You probably know this nominee well, now recipient. You know him from his time as chair of faculty affairs, or maybe you know him as the faculty athletic representative, or maybe you know him by his constant presence on campus. You are probably less familiar with his teaching. Let me enlighten. I am nominating this person to recognize several aspects of his teaching, including organization, competence, and that certain energy which makes these and other courses successful. This letter goes on to define success as students completing learning objectives, producing students that are excited about learning more, and students who are critical thinkers. So it is my pleasure to award this year's Carpenter Award to Dr. Andrew Miller.
Okay, so Ben said all those nice things about Kyle. Should I rebut as the second political scientist up here? Okay, so thank you to TREC for this wonderful event, and congratulations to all the winners and nominees. Wilkes is such a great community filled with so many talented teachers and scholars, and it's an honor to win the Carpenter Award. When Ed notified me that I would receive this award, I immediately started to think about my own educational journey and the many people who helped me along the way. Like many people in the social sciences, social studies was always my favorite subject in school, and I would be remiss not to mention the teachers who grabbed my attention early in my education. Like Mr. Tom Smith, my favorite junior high social studies teacher, and Mr. Mike Luton's my favorite high school social studies teachers. I would also like to acknowledge my parents who always encouraged me to read and to think about the world around me. As I pursued higher education, I was very fortunate to have a string of wonderful mentors who cared about my success. Dr. Karen Dean as an undergraduate at Illinois College, Dr. Carlos Perotti as I pursued a master's degree at Illinois State University, and Dr. Judson Jeffries, my mentor and PhD chair at Purdue. I was so very fortunate to have had teachers who cared about my future and spent the time and effort to mentor me. Every day at Wilkes, I try to live up to their example. It is my great pleasure to work with our students and help them to achieve their goals at Wilkes and in their lives and careers. I'm also blessed to work with the best department on campus, with people who are utterly dedicated to student success and with whom it is a pleasure to collaborate. Kyle Kreider, Andrea Meyerjan, and Ben Toll. I would also like to thank Jeff Stratford for his friendship and collaboration over the years. I really enjoy working with someone whose dedication to students is boundless and who constantly pushes me to be a better teacher and scholar. And finally, I would like to thank my wife, Christy, who's in the audience today. Her strength and support, I would like to thank her for her strength and support and for putting up with being married to a political scientist who, with little prompting, might launch into a monologue about the Mexican electoral system or some other exciting subject. Thank you.
All right, it's Ujun Lee again. All right, it is my privilege to introduce the Lifetime Achievement Award winner today. The Lifetime Achievement Award is our new award introduced this year. This award is an exceptional award to recognize a longtime member of the Wilkes community who has made an enormous impact on colleagues and students throughout their whole career at Wilkes University. Dr. Ken Clemmer was nominated by 3 of his colleagues, Dr. Flora Murthy, Dr. William Terjagi, and Dr. Jeff Stratford. Dr. Murthy said, quote, "I've been very fortunate to have known Dr. Clemmer. He has been a close colleague and friend for nearly 3 decades. I have observed, appreciated, and experienced the many contributions he has made to the university and community, and most importantly, the impact he has had on his students." Dr. Terjagi also mentioned that Dr. Clemmer had done an excellent job guiding them through turbulent events. And last but not least, Dr. Stratford appreciated Dr. Clemmer's service and mentoring of his career, which Dr. Stratford modeled after Dr. Clemmer. Congratulations to Dr. Ken Clemmer.
What a good-looking group we have here. Yeah, this is great. So first of all, I just want to let you know that when I started teaching at Wilkes back in 1982, I was actually filled with a lot of self-doubt. Would I be able to do it? Could I do the research? Could I do the teaching? What can I do here? And for me, it was kind of like a yes or no thing, like whether I'll either do it or not do it. And I guess this kind of tells me that I did it, and I'm very proud. But I did it with a lot of help. And so first and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Sherry, who's in the audience over there. And she put up with me and had a lot of patience and basically supported everything that I wanted to do. I also want to thank my daughter, Meryl, who was frolicking somewhere in Southern California. And she gave me a lot of inspiration. I want to thank the faculty who were in the biology department when they hired me, people like Les Terozzi and Wilbur Hayes and Bob Ogren and Skip Houseknecht. And then, again, I want to thank those faculty who nominated me, including Jeff and Prahlad and Bill Biggers and Will Terzaghi. Very, very, very much appreciated. And I very much appreciate the support that I got from the TREC committee, and I think it's great. One of the things that I just want to mention briefly is that whenever I meet with prospective faculty, and I want to really try to sell the university, one of the things that I say is that at Wilkes, you really have the opportunity to shape student lives. much more so than in many other universities. And so when I announced my retirement, I got a lot of feedback, mainly from students, who were really appreciative of what I did and what everybody else in my department had done to really help them along. So, again, there's the trite statement of if you teach, you can touch the future. And I think if you play your cards right, if you teach and do research and service, you will really touch the future. And for that, I want to thank everybody here.
Thank you, Dr. Clemmer. Let's give another round of applause to all winners and Dr. Clemmer. Thank you. Thank you all for attending the TREC Award ceremony. I'd like to especially thank all the winners and nominators as well as the administrators for their continued support of faculty and staff. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our members of TREC, our chair, Edward, who was not able to make it today, and our great members, Shane, Amy, and Troy. It has been a wonderful experience and working with a fantastic team. And also, I would like to special thanks to our provost, Dr. David Ward, for all his support of TREC and his contributions to tremendous improvements this year for this ceremony, especially adding some additional to our award. Thank you, Dr. Ward. You said a lot of thanks today to our colleagues, and thank you, Dr. Ward, for your support. We hope you enjoyed our ceremony. Please know that everything you do is very much appreciated. Continue to be amazing and continue to be calm now. Have a nice summer break. I know it's going to be exciting summer, and I will see you next year. Thank you.